Hello aviators, welcome back to my channel Skybreakers. Thanks for watching my channel. Please subscribe to my channel so you can watch my regular uploading aviation related videos. In this video, I am continuing to discuss about Airbus 320 aircraft pressurization systems. Disclaimer about this video, do not recommend it to use for your airline training purpose. For that, you can go through your airline FCOM, FCTM and QRH. Let's start. Normally, when the aircraft flying higher altitude, for example, more than 10,000 feet, the oxygen level of the atmosphere will decrease with the altitude. To avoid lack of oxygen, aircraft need to be pressurized for the passenger and crew comfortable. You can see here the different places and pressurized area and unpressurized area. The first one is pressurized area, cockpit. This area we can consider as the cockpit, and avionics bay. This area is avionics bay. Then cabin, this entire the area we can consider as the cabin. Next is cargo compartment. We have the two compartment for the cargo, that is forward and aft. This is the forward and this area is aft cargo compartment. Next one is unpressurized zone, that is tail cone. You can see this area is tail cone. And the landing gear base. The landing gear base is nothing but where the landing gear is stored. This is a main wheel landing gear. This is a nose wheel landing gear. It's not required to pressurized. Then nose cone. This area also is not required to pressurized. It maintains the pressure for the passengers and crew for the comfortable for the flight. That is for the reason we are pressurizing the aircraft. The pressurization system is fully automated, and unless there is no malfunctions of the systems. Next one is air is supplied from the air conditioning packs to the pressurized area. That is, aircraft does not have other system to air for the pressurizations. It is utilizing with the air conditioning air. For example, when the air conditioning air sent to the aircraft, if there is no outflow, whichever the air entering to the aircraft build the pressure. This is how aircraft get pressurized. Pressurization system controlled and monitored by computers and valves. You can see here the system consists of two cabin pressure controller CPC, one residual pressure control unit RPCU, one outflow valve, two safety valve, one control panel, that is in the overhead panel, ECAM display. There are the three pages which is show the pressurization systems. First one is cabin pressure controller, that is CPC. There are two identical independent digital controller automatically control the systems by maintaining the proper cabin pressure. Maintain cabin pressure 8,000 feet maximum while cruising. For example, when aircraft is flying 30,000 feet, inside pressurized area, maintain at 8,000 feet. Whichever the pressure we get, that pressure aircraft maintain at this altitude for the passenger and crew comfort. Next one is the controller receive input from other systems, aircraft systems, LGCAU, there is landing gear, control and interface unit. It will give whether the aircraft is on the air or on the ground. Next one is ADARS, air data and inertial reference systems, which will give the altitude of the aircrafts. Next one is FMGC, flight management and guidance computers, will give field elevation, QNH, etc. The last one is EIU, engine interface unit, that is it will be give the thrust lever position. And next one is only one controller work at a time normally, and the automatic transfer occurs when the controller when 70 seconds after each landing, that is touchdown, and if the one operating controller fails, and it will be switched to other CPC. Next is operations. We have automatic, semi-automatic, manual. The automatic, the system will be control everything. The semi-automatic, sometime landing elevation we need to select in manual. Normal case automatically, and FMGC will provide to the cabin pressure controller. Next one is manual. In case malfunction of the systems, valve or the pressurization systems need to be controlled by the manually. This is a schematic for the pressurization system. You can see here CPC1 and CPC2. These all are the information we are getting from the other systems. And cabin pressurization panel, which is located in the overhead panel in the cockpit, we will discuss in the later slide. And you can see here the outflow valve. The outflow valve is used for the maintaining the cabin pressure, and which is actuated by the 3 motors. You can see here the 3 motors. Normally 2 motors, and for the automatic and semi-automatic mode we can use, and then 1 motors it's used for the manually control the outflow valve, to control the manually the outflow valve. This is located in the below the flotation line, you can see here. And next is we have the safety valve also, we will discuss in the later slide. Here we'll discuss about the outflow valve. The location of the outflow valve is the right hand side of the fuselage behind aft cargo compartment below the flotation line. It's controlled by the actuators and incorporates 3 motors. There is, I already showed you. 2 motors is for the automatic operations, 1 motor is for the manual operations. 2 doors and 1 valve. You can see here, this is the first door, this is the second door, this is a valve. On ground, fully open to equalize the outside pressure. On air, partially open to maintain the pressure. Next one is safety valve. 2 independent pneumatically safety valves prevent the cabin pressure exceeding 8.6 psi or below it goes 1 psi. They are located on the rear pressure bulkhead above the flotation line. So safety valve is above the flotation line and the outflow valve is below flotation line. They open and close automatically to avoid excessive positive and negative cabin pressure differential. Here we'll discuss about RPCU, that is Residual Pressure Control Unit. Depressurizations of the aircraft in case of abnormal residual pressure in the cabin when the aircraft on the ground. That is, if the outflow valve not fully opened after landing or both CPC failed, RPCU will take over to open the outflow valve. Next one is the cabin pressurization system has 4 general functions. The first one is ground functions. Normally outflow valve fully open on the ground. Next one is pressurizations. While taking off, due sudden increase of the cabin pressure, cabin start pressurized when thrust lever set for the takeoff. Next one is pressurization in flight. That is, when the altitude increases, rate of change of cabin pressure change according to passenger comfort in flight. Normally maximum will maintain 8,000 feet. Next one is depressurizations. After touchdown, outflow valve fully open and there will be no residual pressure at the aircrafts. Here I have given pressurization flight profile for the better understanding. You can see here, when the aircraft on the ground, outflow valve fully open. Cabin vertical speed and cabin differential pressure will be 0. When we apply thrust lever forward for takeoff, aircraft start pressurized. There is a value of vertical speed minus 400 feet per minute and plus decimal 1 psi. And the aircraft will be maintained maximum cabin altitude 8,000 feet. I already explained to you. This is the aircraft actual altitude. When the aircraft is touched down, aircraft need to be depressurized in the rate of plus 500 feet per minute. This is the cabin pressurization panel, which is located overhead panel. In automatic mode, computer will take care of the entire pressurization systems. In semi-automatic mode, we need to select the landing elevations. The field elevation we can select from minus 2000 to plus 14,000 feet. In normal operations, and this knob will be in the auto positions. Next one is manual mode. In case of if both CPC failed, the fault light will be illuminated here. We need to energize this push button. And to open and close the outflow valve, we need to use this toggle switch, which is spring loaded. Next one is ditching push buttons. For water landing, need to energize this push button, and which is the doors below the flotation line. All the doors will be closed. For example, outflow valve doors, pack flow, and emergency ram air valve. These all the doors will be closed to avoid the entering water inside the cabin. We can monitor operations of the pressurization system from the eCam, from the air conditioning page, cabin pressurization page, and door or oxy page. You can just go through it. Hope you got a basic idea about pressurization system. If you have any doubt about the systems, please drop me the message. I can assist you. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, do not forget to press like button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can watch my regular uploading video. Comment below if you have any query. We'll see you in another video. Happy landing.